Defending a modern energy supply requires a simultaneous presence on two distinct battlefields. On one front, naval destroyers protect tankers from physical strikes. On the other, cybersecurity teams intercept malicious code before it can shut down a national grid. This vulnerability is acute for India, which relies on a massive influx of foreign hydrocarbons to power its industrial growth. Without a steady stream of imported crude oil and gas, the domestic economy risks a sudden, systemic stall. That supply chain frequently hits a physical bottleneck at the Strait of Hormuz. In 2026, conflict in West Asia stranded 20 India-bound cargo vessels near this narrow, desert-flanked waterway, threatening to cut off the country's primary energy artery. Even when fuel arrives safely, the threat doesn't vanish. It just changes form. Once converted into electricity, the power enters a smart grid, a digitized distribution network that creates a vast, invisible surface area for external interference. The 2015 Ukraine grid attack cut off 225,000 customers, but a similar breach of a modern smart grid is far more costly. Research suggests a full grid collapse could cause $1 trillion in damage, 8 times the cost of the Fukushima disaster. India now faces the reality of securing its energy at 2 separate choke points, a geographic gateway in the ocean and a digital gateway in cyberspace. To secure the physical route, the Indian Navy launched Operation Urja Suraksha. This mission moved 5 frontline warships into the Gulf of Oman to provide a direct security escort for merchant vessels exiting the Persian Gulf. The primary threat these ships face is the naval mine. These spherical, spiked explosives are moored beneath the surface, where they can wait undetected to cripple massive oil and gas carriers. The Navy counters this with a layered security escort strategy. They identify safe navigation paths and actively guide merchant ships like the Pine Gas and Jag Vasant away from suspected minefields and toward the safety of the Arabian Sea. During a single recent operation, this protection ensured the safe passage of 92,000 tons of highly explosive LPG, which is now on track to reach Indian ports without disruption. Yet, even a successful naval escort is incomplete if the domestic network is too fragile to distribute the power. The battle for energy security simply shifts from the bridge of a destroyer to the code of the grid. India's aging power grid is rapidly connecting to internet-enabled technologies, creating thousands of vulnerable entry points. Every new node, like an EV charger, multiplies the attack surface, allowing hackers to bypass defenses using phishing, ransomware, and corrupt data injections to trick equipment into failing. Defending these nodes is difficult due to a massive workforce gap. India currently lacks nearly 800,000 trained cybersecurity professionals needed to monitor these critical systems around the clock. In response, the government has mandated new trusted vendor systems. This ensures that every piece of software and hardware used in the power sector comes from a verified source, reducing the risk of pre-installed backdoors. To augment human operators, the grid uses artificial intelligence to flag microscopic anomalies. This AI works alongside digital twins, virtual replicas of the entire power network. When detected, AI diverts malicious commands into this simulation, trapping hackers while the physical power supply remains undisturbed. By neutralizing these digital threats at home, India ensures that the energy protected by warships actually achieves its final purpose of powering the nation. These efforts point to a new interdisciplinary playbook for national security. Protecting energy now requires a strategy that treats maritime minefields and digital malware as facets of the same conflict. This strategy creates a direct link between the naval commander patrolling the Gulf of Oman and the software engineer in New Delhi. Both are essential for the survival of the country's energy lifelines. For a developing nation, this approach provides strategic depth. By diversifying its defenses and building digital resilience, India can maintain energy stability even when its physical routes are under pressure. Ultimately, national energy independence is decided by the strength of the digital fortress. Securing the fuel is only the first step. The final victory is ensuring that power is never hijacked before it reaches the citizens who need it.